Hello Wargamers and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon video with me, Bubblebox, and today we are on a 10v10. It's Jungle Law, unusually, and we're playing with the USA Airborne deck that we built in the last video as part of this new deck and play series. And I'm not very happy with that title, deck and play. I'm not very happy with it, but more of that in a moment. Let's just check out what's going on at the start of this battle. I've dropped off my TACOM squad back at base. Looks like we've got a lot of CVs left in the base, as can happen in these 10v10s. We've got one player heading up. Is it one player, Abbott? Oh, we've got two players heading up towards Echo. Now, Echo's actually quite difficult to take in this particular map. As you can see, some anti-air choppers moving in there. A bit of a chopper rush going on by Red 4. Because the enemy can get there a lot quicker than on this side of the map, on this particular map. And as you can see, he's got an OH Ninja, but that's not going to hold these Z9As, and he's got all these units here, which he's trying desperately to land, but they may well, one gets taken out. And yeah, they're still hovering, so they're going to get taken down, unfortunately. Yeah, quite difficult to take Echo because the enemy can get there so much quicker. This guy's managed to get some units dropped off. At least there's two players going within, and Bully's got some more units going up, including some man pads to try to deal with those choppers. On the left side here, we've got another chopper rush going on from Red 4. They've really come well forward, and a couple got taken out there. Don't know whether they took any out, but they've certainly come way forward with this KA-52. Expensive choppers, and if we can get some planes out. And in fact, I bring a couple of Tomcats out just to check out. Whoops, a couple of Tomcats. Get hold, and I'm going for that MI-28 actually. Tomcat, and we're going to take it out this slow right down, get a missile off, and actually runs and guns that MI-28 with a Tomcat. Fantastic. Nice start there with the Airborne deck. But over here, he is still, we've got Abbott here still pushing into Echo. But yeah, back to the Airborne deck that I was talking about, as the Tomcats continue to fly around after their little saute over on the left-hand side. Don't want to get them too far forward. Tomcats, great interceptor aircraft, of course, for Blue 4 and for the USA Airborne deck. Yeah, the name of this new thing, Build and Play, not too happy. It sounds a bit kind of crappy to me. One person in the comments did suggest Creation to Combat, which sounds a little bit more dynamic than Build and Play, but still not. Certainly sounds better than Build and Play, just create and combat, or creation and combat. Because I'm going to be doing, of course, a quick deck build video. That's about 10 minutes, followed by one of these videos. So if you've got any... Oh, and I've brought a Nighthawk out. Let's just check this guy out. Looks like he's going over to help out Echo. We'll fly in with him. See what he can do. He's going to be dropping on top of these infantry, hopefully. And... not sure, they didn't actually kill anything, but I didn't get any hits, I think, which means there's not a lot of AA over there. Brought the Tomcats in as a follow-up, and they did actually bring in a few aircraft. They've actually got two PUs back there. Hit this Dreo, but didn't manage to take it down, but I think both of my interceptors got out. But we've got a follow-up by Raphael. Fantastic Raphael's, really nice air superiority, but it's getting well over the enemy there and did actually get shot down, which is a bit of a shame. But the enemy using a lot of planes on this side. I've brought the Block 52s in on the action. Again, another fantastic air superiority fighter in the USA Airborne deck. And we're just flying up, get some shots off on the PUs in the background, and then evac. And that does actually just fly past and miss the PUs. So we've got two interceptors, and now we've got our two Block 52s out on the battlefield to try to get air superiority, as we spot a command right on the corner there. And after the little rush up on this side, we have actually managed to well, we haven't got control of Mike yet, but he's pretty much got control of Mike, let's face it, apart from this little command which he's soon going to take out. Now, I did think I brought out a plane at this point to try and take out this command. But what I do early on in this game is support these guys over in Echo and try to clear out any AA over in Golf. And the Peace Peasant actually ends up taking out that command as a PU comes in to attack the Peasant. So these two PUs, they might have more than two actually, but they've certainly got two. I'll bring in my Block 52s just to try and run these PUs down. And again, I'm not evacing quite quick enough and run over the enemy, and you can see there's a rocket launched from this position here, and also from this position here as well. So yeah, lots of AA in the center there. So yeah, not quite happy with that name. Build and Play, Creation and Combat sounds better. But if you have got any ideas of what to call this particular series, do please put it in the comments below, and I'll consider any ideas and any names. But I definitely don't want to call it Build and Play all the time, really. So back up on the right hand side, we are still pushing up for Echo here. These are the guys who are doing a great job, because as I say, Echo is really hard to take. But I've actually, I think at the start of this game I did actually try to support over on the left side and then switch to the right side a little bit later on when I was having trouble with AA over on the left hand side. So I've brought a Nighthawk in, or this Nighthawk in again. It's going for another bombing run, just trying to support this guy over on the right hand side. So follow this guy in. Not sure what I was bombing at this point. I'm coming out wide on the left hand side of the map to turn in and do the bombing run. Must have spotted something, I guess, over here. Bombs away. And do actually get a kill there, but only 20 points. And I didn't actually see if that plane got out. I think it did. Again, following up with their superiority after the bomber, just to fend off any of their aircraft. Now they are pushing up here a little bit and flanking. Well, I'm not sure whether they're flanking him or whether he's flanking them, to be honest. Although they've probably got a lot of units in and around these tree lines, and there is AA in those trees there as well. Again, I'm bringing in a Raven this time to try to knock out some of the rocket. I must have that last plane must have shown up some rockets, and my Raven comes over, manages to snipe one, but gets 2 rockets in the ass from another from an powerful AA piece in the forest here, and that was a bit of a mistake from me. I knew there was AA here, and this guy must have had his AA turned off. My Ravens flew past, took out the AA in this forest, and then this guy turned on his AA and took out my Ravens, as all my air superiority come out to attack some planes that are coming down the middle, and my Tomcats then take a shot from the AA in the middle here. So we're having trouble with lots of AA deep into, kind of almost into our territory down the centre, as the enemy have control of the centre here where they've put lots of AA. And that's actually a very good tactic, because planes are going to fly up the left and up the right and in the middle. And if you can take control of these trees and stick some nice long range anti-aircraft pieces in these trees on this map, that's going to be quite a good tactic for taking down anybody that's a little bit unwary with their planes. And I did make a mistake with that Raven. And if you go back and have a look at the deck build video that I did, as the PUs continue to circle in the distance there, then you will see at when I did the plane trabs, I was thinking of taking more than one seed plane, the Raven, and swapping out for one of my bombers. And I think I'm definitely going to do that now, because I've already lost my Raven. And yeah, not a great start, losing your Raven in the first 10 minutes of the game. And there's one of the bucks. There's a Tornado TECR, another seed plane comes in, but he's not being quite as aggressive as I was, which is a good thing. But he's going around for another shot. There's a lot of AA in there. He's going for that buck, which he manages to take out. And again, the rockets open up, they turn on the radar, and the ECR Tornado manages to get out, unlike my Raven. I mean, it is a dice roll. I mean, the Raven has got excellent ECM. I think 50 or 60% ECM, and it is very durable aircraft. But again, it's a dice roll. Sometimes they can fire 2 missiles at you, they'll both hit and you'll die. Sometimes they can fire 4 missiles and they'll kind of all miss. So I've got a couple of J87s and a Q Fear 5D coming in just to try and hold back our push on the left hand side here. And our guys are continuing to move up into Echo. Now I think, if I remember rightly, I kind of switched my support over to this side to try and help these guys to wrestle Echo from the enemy, as that Tornado ECR and the Raphael continue to try to snipe these AA units. But this guy in the middle here, he's using his AA units really, really well, as that ECR just gets out with 1 health point left. So good job being done on this left flank after they push with choppers, and we're doing okay on the right, and kind of it's a bit of stalemate. This town in the middle here is always the fighting point, and we do have the advantage of being able to get to this town before the enemy, so we have got a foothold, but they of course have got control of Gulf, probably with a CV somewhere in these trees or in this town sector right here. So, bit of artillery going in to help out. We've got an SU-24 and an SU-24M, and I immediately bring out my Block 52s and one of my Tomcats. The other Tomcat I think was disabled at this point, to try to take out some of these planes. We're going for, I think that plane went down anyway, but the Block 52s taking some shots at these planes over here. Managed to take one out for 82 points, but I do turn a bit early, just trying to learn my lesson and avoid this central area if I can. We've got a Eurofighter Typhoon moving up. I don't evac, I turn. I haven't actually lost any health points, and then I evac at that point when I spot there's a couple of PUs in the distance, so we're not going to go in for another battle at that point. So we need to evac, get resupplied, and come out next time. So soon, I believe in this game, I'd start to bring out some bombers and start supporting on Echo. I may have already started and actually just missed it, but yeah, we'll see the bombers coming out quite shortly. Got a nice Caesar back there as well supporting. They've got a few tanks in here as well. They've even got here an M84AM, one of those fantastic recon tanks, and I do bring in a Hornet to try to snipe this guy. Now, I am aware of all the AA, but I really wanted to get this recon tank with my Hornet and miss both missiles. And for my troubles, I'm going to get absolutely hammered with AA and get taken out. So, another mistake there. Should never have really gone for that recon tank, but I had a bit of a blood rush to the head because I know how dangerous those recon tanks here. So, we've got a bit of a... so that may, in fact, oh, and Eurofighter takes it as well. This AA piece in here, looks like he might have a Tunguska and some, yeah, he's got a Tunguska in there and some rocket anti-air units. That may be the non-radar one as well, as I mark up someone marks up there being lots of AA in there, and there's also a bunch of Israeli tanks in there as well, and some Russian tanks as well. Oh, there's a Neva. No, okay. So there's a Neva in there as well. So lots and lots of AA in the centre, which is causing us all sorts of problems in this particular game. Although, overall, we're doing okay. We've still got a 1,000 point lead, and we're still keeping the pressure up in this area. Yeah, a couple of Vihors there, and so even some mortars in the back there as well. So, who is this guy anyway? He's doing a good job. IFVF oh, there's a couple of guys in there. Dr. Congo as well. So Dr. Congo's got the Israeli deck. Got some probing going on here. Just sending down some probably empty Urals just to see what's going on down here. We've got some TOW2s that fend those back though. So another JH7. I don't respond that time to that JH7. I should be watching out for my planes coming in, of course. When they do get hit, your aircraft in the, they do take quite a long time sometimes to get back in the game. So even if you don't take out enemy aircraft, if you can just get a hit with one missile, it can disable their aircraft for maybe a few minutes in the game. I'll just bring out a couple of Block 52s, just going to do a little of air superiority flying around. I don't think I've spotted anything. I'm just going to put them. There's a JH7. So I brought them in just at the right time. Now I do let them just circle around before I attack the JH7, so that it's kind of almost over our units before we attack, and brought the Tomcats in as well to intercept at the same time. They all get their missiles off together. That JH7 has no chance, and then I evac my units. So a nice little kill there. That's how you should play them. And again, though, the AA coming in from that side, but I think all my planes managed to get out that particular time. And then a Super Galeb appears. Now I would have liked my air superiority to be able to take this on, but unfortunately I've just evac them. But we have got a Raphael coming in against this Super Galeb, but he's flying over the danger zone, and it doesn't get fired upon. He manages to get out. Okay, he managed to evac and get height early enough. In the centre, the battle continues. They are trying to push forward into Mike and from Gulf into the town. And but on this side, we're doing a great job. I have, I think, been bombing a little bit over here, although I swear I was using bombers. Maybe I was using bombers a little bit later. As another JH7, this guy loves his JH7s, comes in to try to help out the units here, his units that are being pushed out of Echo. We've got a super étendard coming in from the French. These guys, this anti-tank plane. What's it going for though? I can't see any tanks even on the field. It might be going for those BMPTs, but watch out for the AA. I think he's just flying around looking for a target. Yeah, he's evac, so he's sort of better of that. Another J7H. I keep saying J7. Another J7H with big 1,000 kilogram bombs coming in. Have I got fighters out this time? I've got 2 Block 52s. They're going to come in a little bit late though. Not sure if that J7H, J7 got destroyed or not. Got some Spetsnaz now trying to make an assault into the central with backed up by BMPT, so that's nice tactics there from Reaper. If he can get those close enough, it looks like he's got some support. This support from the BMPT is doing him no harm whatsoever. But a Tornado IDS coming in for a bombing run, and look at all the AA in there. Got Bucks, Tunguska's just shown up. The IDS does actually manage to get out just about in time. We've got a couple of Tomcats coming in against Delphins. Bunch of Delphins coming in for bombing runs, and the Block 52s following up. Evac the Tomcats, bring in the 52s, hopefully take this Delphin down as well. Got a couple of missiles off, only 30 points, but as long as my blocks remain, they are flying a little bit close again to the danger zone in the centre there, as the Tornado ECR from Rapo continues to fly around trying to spot and take out their radar. Again, I wish I put more radar planes into my deck. And in fact, just to let you know, I do swap out at the end of this game. I do swap out my one of my bombers for some extra Steed planes in this USA air deck. Now I have got the Super Cobras, which I do bring in a little bit later. They have got Steed missiles now, of course, but I didn't bring them in this early because I wanted to showcase the aircraft more than anything else. And now we've got a bomber coming in. It's the Phantom 2 Napalm bomber. Now I know there's not a great deal of AA on this side apart from their air superiority fighters with those PUs, and we are actually going to be supporting this guy on the right hand side here with our Napalm bombers and our other bombers as well. As we I did spot some infantry, and there's a WZ-551, the transport carrier. I don't know if we're kind of stunning and helping his units to push forward, and there's the Lijuans that we've spotted in the game, so we're dropping some napalm on top of those, and they have a nice spread of napalm from those Phantom 2s, although the Phantom 2s are vulnerable to ground defences, so you've got to be a little bit careful. We've got some more bombers coming in. Oh, rocket planes, Delphins, all sorts of things. Have I got my... Yep, I've got my Block 52s, and I've actually got the Aardvark coming in for a bombing run as well. No air superiority fighters spotted for the enemy. The Aardvark is actually going for the town, and I am backed up by Block 52, so hopefully it will survive. It gets its bombs away, does a little bit of damage, and flies close again to the danger area, but manages to get out the Block 52's evac. So that's the tactic to use, guys. If you're using bombers, always try if you can to follow up with your air superiority fighters. It takes a bit of microing, and you have to put them on the hotkeys, which I'm not the best at, but it's always worth doing that just so that you can micro things a little bit easier with your aircraft. And the other thing with the aircraft is be as patient as you can. If you rush in and have a bit of a head rush like I did with my Raven at the start of this game, as we've got another bomber going in. Another napalm attack. I hope that was secure. 51, we're okay there. And bombs away into the back. Have they got air superiority coming? No, they haven't. This time I actually do not follow up, or I do follow up, but a little bit late this time with my air superiority. All 4 of them. Still got all 4 of our air superiority fighters on the game. That will change a little bit later, as you'll see, as we end up in a tremendous dogfight towards the end of the game. But at the moment we're doing okay air superiority wise. We haven't got complete air superiority, but we've got good air superiority on this right hand side, where the enemy has omitted to put a lot of AA down, which is a big mistake for them, because it means I can support these guys pushing on the right hand side really easily with my aircraft. And I know that, so I'm bringing in these napalm bombers time after time after time, because I know there's very little AA, and as soon as I spot the enemy or can see where the enemy are, we're going to drop another bunch of napalm on top of them and help out our guys here on this side. We're going for these granulates, are we? Yep, we are. Right on top of them. That's going to stun them up. Didn't kill them, but these Phantom 2s won't kill. They'll stun up enemy and make it easier for your guys to move forward and take them out. Still having problems in the centre here though. Got some Spetsnaz grooves. There's guys in the centre doing a fantastic job for the opposition. The K1 just gets way too close and that's going to get taken out. It has got a bit of backup though from a Leopard to A1. So actually I don't know where all their tanks have gone. Maybe we have been pushing in there with our tanks and taking out some of their armour, because there were some Vihors and stuff in those trees as well earlier on. So we've got another Q5D. Been using these quite a lot on this side, and we've got a MiG-29 bomber as well. I do bring in my Tomcats this time to try to intercept the MiG-29 if I can. It gets the missiles off, and evac certainly hits it, doesn't take it out, but that's going to be out of action for a while. We've got another guy here moving in with his lightning. That's getting very close to the dreaded AA area in the centre, and I don't think it's going to survive somehow. They all open up, and is that going to survive? No, it gets taken down eventually. So still all that AA in the centre. And I am continuing to support this guy on the right with my bombers. Making a little bit of headway in the centre in Gulf. Still got control of this town despite that Spetsnaz BMPT attack in the centre. The Navas are still alive in the centre as well, which is going to be a bit of a pain. Still a pain as a block 50D is circling a little bit close for my liking. The ECR's back in though from Yapo. Oh, we've got another J87 moving in on the... Oh, there's the ECR. Is it going to take out the Navy? Oh, nice, nice, nice by Yapo. Very nice. So that's one less AA piece to worry about on that side of the J87. Do I respond? Yep, block 52s coming in for the J87. Really cheap aircraft. If I can just get one missile or two. Oh, actually 120 points. Nice. Got some motor shoots and now attacking into the Shosongs. I think I did consider bombing again here, but I thought it's a little bit close to our guys. I thought we probably had enough with the Seals and the Shosong Sus to deal with that little attack. So again, still one less AA piece in the centre. Still pushing, they're trying to push into Gulf. Well, they've probably got their CV back here. Another Q5D coming in to attack. I'm not sure what it's going for. Am I responding yet? I think my other planes are out of action, so it's the Tomcat's turn. They get a couple of missiles off. Doubt they're going to hit, or they might hit. Maybe. I think he got out. I think he got out unscathed that time. So there's the Vihor, okay, that I was talking about. That's still in action. Got some more infantry coming in. There's a lot of it. Clearly a lot of infantry in there with 4 BMPs. BMPs sitting there. This guy on the right here, or these two guys on the right, are getting a lot of support. They're getting support from artillery, they're getting support from me in planes, which means they have been able to push through and take Echo. Oh, got Fabio and a J87. This time he's bringing out some air superiority himself. It doesn't quite manage, although these are flying over the danger zone again. I think we've got a bit less AA in the middle. In fact, the Peasant goes down and was bombing, I think, the sector here. Block 52s did come in to try and support, but didn't get there quick enough, so I'm just circling them at the back of Echo at the moment, waiting for... They do seem to be sending a lot of planes over towards Echo, so I'm just circling my Block 52s there now, ready for action. I do bring in some ground units from this airborne deck a little bit, well, quite soon, I think, towards a mid-late game. Another J7, I'll just circle my Block 52s. Do I attack these guys? We've got 2 Phantom 2s coming in as well. A double bombing run following up with the Block 52s. I think that's why I kind of ignored the J7. Oh, we're going for these Mi-24Ds that have just landed with probably with infantry in with a double napalm strike. And I think we lost one, did we? We might have lost one Phantom 2 in that run, but manages probably to stun a lot of these infantry that were trying to land here out of these Mi-24Ds, and at least that was the plan. And they have actually got some AA over on this side at last, which is a Sopper, which may have been what took out one of my napalm planes. Those napalm planes are a little bit squishy. We've got the ECR. Is that Yapo again? It is indeed. Now there isn't a radar thing there somewhere because his guns did turn on but didn't target, unfortunately. And oh, he's lost it. And the same thing happened to him as happened to me with my flipping Raven. He got sniped from the middle as well. Poor Yapo. Don't worry, Yapo. I know what it feels like. I'm actually running and gunning with my Tomcats. And the Soppel's going to take shots at my Tomcats, and it's getting hit, but it's going to get out. So that's something you don't see that often. I might have had a rush to the head there. I did actually just run and gun with my Tomcats to a frontline unit for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but it did take it out. It did survive, more by luck than judgment. There's quite a big push going in to this side of Echo now. Lots of infantry and armoured vehicles. So they could do with a bomb. In fact, I'm flying in with a Hornet. I think I'm going for this M91 Vihor with my Hornet, which is dangerous. We've got a Peace Rhine going for the centre as well. There's one of the rockets coming off, but I do actually evac. Do I? Yes, I do evac because the Vihor, I lose sight of the Vihor. And the Fabio. Fabios are fantastic French air superiority fighters. So you've got to really watch out for them if you're playing with their aircraft. So yeah, there's that Vihor. We've also got that M84AN is still surviving in there, and a bunch of infantry, still lots of stuff in the centre there. So the enemy are still 1,000. It's been quite a close game. Still 1,000. Ooh, hello. Yep, bring in my Block 52s. Well, I'm not going to catch. Oh, there's an SU-27-5 air superiority. I'm not going to get shots off. I think I'm just going to circle my Block 52s. Am I? No, I'm going. Yeah, I'm just going to circle them back there now. That Soppel's still there. Not the most powerful unit, but still a danger. It has got a 60% accuracy. Not the most dangerous unit, should I say, against aircraft. And they've got some ATGMs, it looks like, in the trees there, but they are pushing into the town. I'm not sure whether I do bring a bomber in to help out. I am aware they've got AA back here now. There's another JH7 moving up. Block 52 is facing the wrong way, so just circle them around before we move forward. In fact, nope, just continue to circle. Golf, looks like they've lost their command in Golf. I'm not sure whether that was to artillery, because I can't see any units that have pushed in there. And they are continuing to try to go. They've got a little foothold in Echo, and Block 52's moving up for something. Oh, we've got two PUs back there, so I just pull back a little bit behind our lines. The PUs are coming forward, just probing, just to have a look at me as I'm looking at them across the open spaces. Getting a little bit close to the front line now, so I've got to be a little bit careful circling that close. Another J87, big 1,000 kilogram. Bop J78, sorry I keep saying it. And now my Block 52s can have a pop at these guys. 2 missiles away. And take it out. And am I going to get out? Hopefully. Yep, don't even get shot at actually over there. Peace Rhine flying over this area now. It doesn't seem to be quite as potent AA over here. This guy has actually moved into... Oh, actually, yeah, we've moved for quite progressive. Pucan and Lightning have moved into this central region. Either he's pulled his AA back or it's been destroyed now. So, doing a good job. Some of that team, some of the enemy team, I think, did start to leave at this point. Even though they're not far behind, still only 2,000 behind, but they are starting to lose ground a little bit and start to lose points a little bit. Harriers, these Sea Harriers are good for shooting down choppers, but not going that deep as the PUs come in. And I bring in a Phantom Bomber. I don't think that's a response to the PUs, but I think I'm going to go and try and help out. It might be going for the centre now, actually. Let's just check out where this guy's going. Oops, missed. Yeah, he's going for centre ground. I hope there's no AA left in there. Bombs away. I think I'm after the infantry. And... oh! Gets taken out. So a little bit followed up by Tomcats. Right, we're going for to strafe here. I think there were infantry and AA in this area, but the actual danger was over on the left, which... couple of really potent AA units, which someone's already marked up when they shot at me and took my other Phantom 2 out. As I say, those Phantom 2s a bit squishy, but they did a job of kind of squishing some infantry in here, which is going to help these guys to push forward a little bit. And I will bring some ground units in shortly to help those guys in the middle, I believe. I've come across a bunch of proletariats. Yugoslavian proletariats, pretty nice shock infantry. I'm not sure how Rangers are going to get on against these. He's got 2 stack of Rangers, but they are stunned. But the Marder 2's coming over to try and help, but the BPR's coming over to try to help, and there's another stack of Proletarians. So I think these Rangers, unless this Marder 2 can get over really quickly to support, these Rangers are going to go down, unfortunately. The Marder 2's, yeah, think better of it and just pull back. Don't want to go up against the ATGMs of those Proletarians on their own. There are some units pulling back here, though. Look like just tank and the supply unit. Another Q5D. Got the one Tomcat. I don't know whether I lost a Tomcat or whether one's out of action for a while, but managed to get that kill there. 115 points. Block 52s have made an appearance again. A bunch of little air superiority, and I'm committed, so we have to go head to head. And lost one Block 52, lost another one, took out an L18, and yeah, I lost both my Block 52s. Now, what happened there was the enemy, I think, got really frustrated and decided, what the f is going on? I'm going to fly my air superiority fighters right into their air superiority fighters. We're going to duke it out. Now, I had my Block 52s going over there to try to engage these aircraft. I didn't expect them to come that deep, but once you're in a position of commitment like that, you can't really evac, because if you evac, you don't kind of fire, you start evacing, and the enemy gets 3 shots on you. So I had to commit. There were 3 or 4 of them, decent AA planes. I think were they the Israeli ones? I think, I'm not sure. I had to commit. You had to go in and dogfight it out and let the dice roll say what the dice roll does. But unfortunately, lost my 2 Block 52s. So at this point, bring in a Super Cobra, now armed with seed missiles, of course, and something to spot for it. I decided to bring. I was thinking about bringing in one of the longbows, but I decided on the Cobra, a little bit cheaper, and also bringing in some Delta Force in the Chinooks, which we're going to land over here and try to support this guy and get this bloody tree line in the middle here cleared of enemy. That's the plan. So that's my plan at the moment, now that I've lost my air superiority. I've still got my bombers, and I've still got 1, maybe 2 of my interceptors left as well, but I've lost my 2 Block 52s, lost a Raven, and I think I did, of course, lose my Nighthawk near the start as well. That was a real blow actually in this game, losing my Nighthawk and my Raven near the start, but it happens. And there's 2 Vihors there, and that M84N still flying around, mooching around. Yeah, mooching's good. Mooching around in the tree line there. Doesn't look like a lot of AA. The Block 52D is flying over, and a Super Essendard comes in. Will that take out a Vihor? Gets a hit on it. Doesn't quite take it out. 2 missiles now on the Ettendards, but I've got my Super Cobras and my Cobra spotting. So they've got some recon in there as well. So we're going to take some shots at this Firehorn. Hopefully we'll manage to take it out, maybe. I don't think I'm going to get... No, I'm not going to get another shot off. Oh, I am going to get another shot off. Get a hit. That hit again, but again it's not down. Going to get another missile off, and then it hides, unfortunately, and that missile goes awry. But not a lot of AA in the centre. I've managed to get my Delta Force up. These Delta Force, I've landed well back. They do move pretty fast. They've got a speed of 30 kilometres. They are special forces stroke commando units. They're elite, and they're vetted up as well. So they should do okay for coming across infantry. And the Vihor shows its face again, and the 84N. So the Vihor goes down to my Super Cobra. Now we can have a go at the M84N. If I can take this out, yep, beautiful. Superb job by the Super Cobra and spotting by the Cobra, and managed to take out 2 of their big Israeli tanks there, and leaves the way fairly clear for this Leopard 2A4 hopefully to move forward, as he is, and the infantry tried to take control, backed up by my Delta forces, and I brought in some Lad Stingers just to support them with a little bit of man-pad action at the rear as well. So I have still got my aircraft, and I think I'm still using them a little bit around and about, but I'm concentrating now on the Delta Force, which are moving into the trees and will hopefully move up and through here. Now the enemy are leaving a little bit now. They're getting a little bit further behind. I think, yeah, they're 4,000 behind now. We have taken control of Gulf, so the initiative is with us currently. So I'm kind of concentrating on the ground attack now. So using different aspects of this deck, use all the aircraft at the start. Haven't used the choppers too much, but brought out the Super Cobra and the Recon Cobra. And now it's time for the ground forces, the Delta Force, to try to move through on the trees, backed up by the Lad Stingers from the infantry tab. I'm just hovering these over the water. I've got some robots up there. FAP. I don't know what that is. Robots have got ATGM faggots, but nothing too potent. And certainly a Super Cobra would soon take them out. Just bringing my Super Cobra over. I think I'm going to actually try and resupply it and nick this guy's supply, am I? Very cheeky. Yeah. But the Delta Force are getting nice and forward now, and I'm going to move them right through the trees. They are fairly stealthy. What is their stealth? I can't actually remember. It's good stealth. They've got good stealth, so they should be able to move through fairly unseen as the robot takes a shot, takes some artillery in the face. The Lad Stingers, unfortunately, are very slow at moving, just 15 kilometers an hour, much slower than Delta Force, so unable to keep up, but we'll keep moving the Delta Force forwards anyway. The guy on the right here has pushed right forward now. I can't remember if I'm still supporting him with my aircraft. Haven't seen me bring out any aircraft lately, but I am just concentrating on my little push in the middle, and I spot a Buratino. So they've got a Buratino hidden here, or they thought it was hidden, but it's spotted by my Delta Force, and I immediately turn around and we're going to try and get an RPG in the arse end of this Buratino. Two of them, in fact, which explodes into a fireball and dies, and we'll pull our Delta Force back. Oh no, actually I'm pushing it forward into the trees, and the other Delta Force is moving forward. We've got an AH-1T. Going to have a go at this T-64. Takes it out. Nice, nice, nice. We're doing good little push here in the middle. Super Cobra and the Cobra still doing okay. And I did actually resupply my Super Cobra from this guy's supply chopper, it looks like. The Delta Force are now near the road here, which is going to be terribly difficult for them to bring in, make it much more difficult for them to bring in reinforcements into this area now. And we've got some Recon and some Delta Force here, so the Recon will spot, and the Delta Force hopefully can do some damage, as can my Super Cobra as well with its Cobra. Moving in to have a look at Charlie. Spot a T-64B, but there's a Sava here. And there, my friends, is another mistake. They had a Sava sitting here, a really potent AA piece with an accuracy of 60%. It's going to get artilleried now and destroyed because it has revealed itself, but it did the job I kind of guessed it was meant to do, and the reason I got taken out there was because I had my choppers too close together. And try to spread your units, whether it's planes or choppers. Sometimes one missile, because of the splash damage, can take out two aircraft, and that's exactly what happened to me. One of my choppers got hit and the other one blew up because that chopper blew up next to it. Way too close. That was another mistake. But the AA has gone down here now. The Delta Force are moving forward into this tree line. If they get in here, there's actually already a nice Nanayong Shiki in here, which has got a grenade launcher and a main gun. And we're going to pick off anything that comes. It's going to pick off anything that tries to come across this bridge. So we're moving into Charlie now. Unfortunately, I haven't got my choppers anymore. Lad Stingers really being slow, but my Delta Force moving up into the trees. These Delta Force are going to start to move over to the right hand side, and got a tank in there, and we've got some Recon. We know it's pretty safe for them to move over. There could be something in these buildings. They're certainly artillerying it for some reason. But Delta Force have spotted a big M91 Vihor, and I'm going to try and get some of these. This has been got some better ATGMs in since the patch, and it's going to get a side shot on this Vihor. The Vihor, I don't know if it spotted me. Split my Delta Forces down. I just need to get one in the side. It is backing off now, trying to turn its front armour, but gets taken out, and that's a 170 point tank. And I've got a full stack of Delta Force at the front here. As these OTs come in, they're probably full of infantry. Yeah, full of... I don't think he even realises I'm there. I'm going to get an RPG off. Got one RPG left. We've got another vehicle coming down the road, so we need to make this one count. We can just kill this Tartar. In fact, we've got a plane coming in. A Peace Rhine does the job for us. No more RPGs left, but they have done a fantastic job in those trees, and I have the Delta Force. Now the enemy are starting to, I think, give up at this point. They're starting to push forward choppers for no particular reason. And yeah, I think they're kind of just moving everything forward. I think they've kind of given up at this point. We are flanking them. Yeah, I think they're starting to move commands. There might just be one guy left now. They did start to leave quite rapidly in the latter stages of this game. My lad Stingers might even get a kill here against these MI8 TVs. Yeah, there's one kill there, and I think the Jaegers might have taken that other one out. My Delta Force kind of stopped there, and yeah, this guy's just rushing all his units forward, which might mean we get some more kills, although we haven't got any RPGs left, which is a bit of a shame. We have got our CQC firing on these Padabranskis that are out in the open, so they're going to get taken out. We get a kill there for 30 points, and might even get another one. Tiger Had just pulling back, so we get that other kill, and we've got Kolos coming down the road as well. So we're coming to the end of this game now. Please do let me know what you think about this game and about the Airborne deck that I have built just to try out in this particular game in the comments below, and check out that Airborne deck if you want to see what I've actually got in this deck overall. We've got a lot more units we haven't used in this particular playthrough, but I've used all the ones I think I really wanted to show off. And we've actually managed to capture ourselves a Ural, which is fantastic news because we'll be able to resupply our RPGs for our Delta Force now. Fantastic. Our other Delta Force is over here. Our planes have kind of stopped coming in now. I have lost quite a lot of planes in this gameplay, especially losing those 2 planes stupidly at the start of the game. But we've done pretty well without planes since then. We did lose a couple more with that dogfight in the centre against those Israeli superiority fighters. But there's a UAZ. Peace Peasants missed, but hopefully maybe our Delta Force will get a nice 100-point kill. Oh, actually, no, they're out of range now. Oh, we've got an M84AN coming in. Delta Forces are going to spot that. It's going to be in the face, though. So hopefully, hey, there we go. And it's the end of the game. As the last guy, I think he left rather than a timer, maybe. No, I think he left, or did we achieve the points? I'm not sure. Anyway, we won. It's the main thing, isn't it? Let's face it. So, got a fairly nice kill-to-death ratio there. Quite a nice game. Tipped in our balance slightly, but a nice game all the same. Let's have a look, see how this deck did. Well, Tomcats, yeah, didn't take down too much. Did run and gun that MI-28. I think that was right at the start of the game. The other Tomcat took out 1 plane, helicopter, and some FJBs. Oh, yeah, the Tomcat interceptors seem to be doing better against the ground units. But what they would have done is damaged the enemy aircraft. So it's not all about points. They would have got a few rockets into the enemy aircraft and damaged them and stopped them coming back onto the game. The Raven took down a buck but then died, so that didn't do so well. The Block 52s did pretty well. One took down Neshu 24, the other one took down loads. Look, loads of aircraft down by this Block 52, and then I did lose them both in that dogfight in the middle of the map. Hornet took down just an M84AN. I think I lost that as well. The Aardvark I didn't lose, just took down some motor shoots, and Super Cobra took down a Vihor, and the Super Cobra did really, really well. The Delta Force actually towards the end did fantastic, but I think the enemy were in a bit of disarray at that point, so I was taking advantage of that towards the end of the game a little bit. Lad Stingers took down an MI8 TV, and lots of deaths, lots of plane deaths. Nighthawk went down fairly cheap, took out the Raven went down fairly cheap. The Hornet went down fairly cheap as well. The Phantoms, although they got taken out in the end, did do a good job because they were continually suppressing the enemy and allowing our teammates on the right hand side to push forward. The Block 52s did okay. The Super Cobra did an amazing job. So that's it, guys. That's the gameplay for the USA Airborne deck. Let me know what you think about the deck and the gameplay today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.